Hi everybody, Father Rich Jasper from Immaculate Conception and St. Jude Mission Church in Elkton and Northeast Maryland. We are in the fourth week of Lent already. Hard to believe that we are getting closer and closer to Easter. This week, you'll notice that all of the gospel readings are from John. It's a switch because in the past few weeks we've been a lot of times with Matthew, Mark, and Luke. So now we're hearing from John as we're getting closer to the Triduum. Today, the gospel is from John chapter 5, verses 1 to 16. However, I'll only be reading just the first part of it. So John writes, "There was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem at the sheep gate a pool called in Hebrew Bethesda, with 5 porticos. In these lay a large number of ill, blind, lame, and crippled. One man was there who had been ill for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been ill for a long time, he said to him, 'Do you want to be well?' The sick man answered him, 'Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. While I am on my way, someone else gets down there before me.' Jesus said to him, 'Rise, take up your mat and walk.' Immediately the man became well, took up his mat, and walked." The question of Jesus in today's gospel, it always gives me pause for reflection. Jesus comes up to this man who had been suffering for 38 years and says, "Do you want to be well?" Now, the Lord already knows the answer, but I love the respect that Jesus has for this man to ask him the question, "Do you want to be well?" Meaning, I want to invite you into healing. I want to invite you into wholeness. Do you really want that healing? And I think, quite frankly, that is the question that Jesus asks us all the time. Do you want to be well? Sometimes we get so stuck in sin. We get so stuck in our own brokenness. We sometimes even end up liking where we are in that place that just becomes such a second nature place for us. And Jesus comes in and says, "Do you want to be well? So if you do, then respond to the grace and then let me heal you." And therein lies the beauty of this. You know, it's interesting because that poor man, and again, 38 years, imagine being chained to that illness, that sickness for so long, and yet he would always come up, even as his answer was an excuse. "Sorry, I have no one to put me in the water," right? And Jesus is saying, "I want to heal you. I will make it happen, but you've got to want it. You can't keep coming up with excuses anymore. Be bold and ask me for healing, and I will bring it about. It may not be in the time that you want. It may not be in the way that you expect, but healing will always come when you come to me, ask me, trust me, and surrender your will to me." I think that's the other piece of this as well. Jesus knows what we need, but he'll always respect our will and our freedom. So the question today, in this fourth week of Lent, this Tuesday, the question is the same question that Jesus asks this man who was blind, lame, and crippled for so long, for 38 years. Do you want to be well? What will you ask Jesus for today? God bless you.